SharePoint 2013 sneak preview, which means I'm not going to show you everything available. I will be targeting some topics, some areas into the SharePoint 2013. So before I begin, I have to put this disclaimer statement because this is a preview edition. Whatever I say here may or may not be available when end product comes in. So do not think or do think that this is the final version of what we say. Something I say here may not be available end product. Something I say here may change at the end product, or something I say here may be enhanced. So you have to look up, continue next sections. Okay, this is my statement here. Then I don't know how many of you know that Microsoft has changed a lot of stories in terms of the things like logo. From 75 they come up with this logo, 80 they come up with 82, 87, 2012. Now the brand is called this way. The reason being they have went to a lot of reorg product level, not the organization level. Okay, organization is still very thick. In order to reach one person in Microsoft, you have to go through many layers, still remain as it is. But when it comes to this one, they have did very big reorg in their product. Okay, this year they are launching so many products, especially Windows 8. Because of Windows 8, they have to change their product because it's actually a fundamental change into their product because they never had a touch device. Now they are going to touch device. They have to change their Office to change to touch base. Okay? They have to change their Word and Office, all related document touch base. Not only their client, also their web-based environment they have to change. And they need to integrate with their Xbox, music and everything. Then they need to go through their one OS for everything. For example, your laptop, desktop, or your tablet, or your mobile devices, everything they have to change. So they have went a lot of re-engineering. Finally, they come up with the new Windows 8. So in order to Windows 8, they have to realign all the Office product. Previously, if you notice, Office project will be one release date. Visio is one release date. And Office, Excel, PowerPoint is one package, they do one release. Now, they want to bring all this together, make it one release for everything. So that's why they have to bring their product life cycle 1 year before their normal life cycle. So they have brought up new Office 2013, and also they have talked about Windows 8 phone, which is actually a Nokia come up with some prototype recently. So you can able to see that. So Nokia is coming with Windows 8 phone. Windows 2000 Server 12 they have come up with. Then they have released Visual Studio 2012, which has happened last week. Okay, so many product changes they have come across. Skype they have acquired. They have also acquired some of the new product from called Yammer for social media to integrate with SharePoint. So they have doing a lot of stuff. Now with this in my mind, what I'm going to cover totally today, the first thing is share. What are the improvements happened on the sharing portion in SharePoint 2013? Then we'll talk about how they organize information. Then how do you discover information? Then we'll talk about design and build. Then we will see how do you manage things within SharePoint 2013. Then we'll see how the changes are happened IT pro perspective. Then we'll look into how the changes are happened at developer perspective. Does it make sense? So these are the areas that I'm going to cover. Each box represents a different thing. So the first thing is share ideas. Share ideas, if you notice, SharePoint 2013 is a sample screen that you are looking into. You can be able to see everything into SharePoint, and this is a live system I can show you. These are the screenshots I put it for my backup purpose. So share idea where you can be able to have a social interaction within your SharePoint 2013. This looks like something like this. You can ask question in the wall. You can like, you can click reply all the way. Then you can go on the top, what is you have in your mind. You can able to post your stuff. Then you can also do the tagging people, how many people you follow, what are the things you do, and so on and so on. So these are the things that you can do. What I do, I will not use the slides. I will try to use, because I have, I think if I'm not wrong, let me see the view. This slide view, right? I have many slides. Okay. So we'll go through first live. Because if I explain, then live will be bored. Go through live, then if anything I miss out, I use as a reference to cover up. Okay. Okay. This is actually SharePoint 2013 live, but this is I'm using Office 365 preview. So I'll tell you the reason why. Before I do, I'll show you what I set up. So this is my SharePoint 2013. This is the reason I set up there. Take long time to come up. I'm using Windows Server 2012, SQL Server 2012, and SharePoint 2013. This is my box is running. This is a VM running in my PC, my laptop. I allocated a 5 gig, okay, RAM, and still going through, but take a long time to process. So if I want to do this with the demo, I think you guys will get bored. And I can't do lot of features that what I have in online. So I managed to set up in my local, it running to do, for my exploratory purpose, but not for demo purpose. So what I do, the first thing actually, I will touch on some of the things like the services. What are services actually? Application that had a changes recently. In SharePoint IT Pro perspective, if you notice, the service application is one of the important stuff that we used to look at. Here, if you look at one of the service application, App Management Service. App Management Service is something that is newly introduced in SharePoint 2013, which you need to manage because they are no longer called list libraries. Everything becomes apps management. So you need to have this service to manage your apps for each tenant. So this is one of the new features that they introduced. Then second thing is Machine Translation Service. Machine Translation Service is something that you want to do, translate, for example, is a multi-cultural or multi-international organization. Somebody is doing something in Spanish, somebody doing something in Chinese. They need to translate that thing to another language, let's say for English. How do you translate? SharePoint 2013, this function is built in now. It uses Bing Translation Service. You have Lingo site, you click translate, it will translate for you immediately with the Bing Translation Service. This is the new service they introduced. Then there is one more service actually they have been working through. Here they call it actually Work Management Service. Work Management Service is something that a lot of people asking for a lot of time. We have a task in SharePoint created. Every site, the task goes to the site only. It's not centralized. Also, I don't know where all my information that I kept, across the site. Any number of, maybe more than one site collected. I have 2-3 site collection I'm working on. I have tasks created here, but I don't have a consolidated play to see everything. In SharePoint 2013, given you out of the box by using Work Management Service application. This application goes back and keep looking at these are the tasks available, belongs to you, a display in a single place. So these are the fundamental new actually introduced. There are something new also here which I don't learn yet. Okay, so I can't go through everything. Maybe in upcoming COP, I will go through some of the stuff that if I discover I found new things. These are the 3 items that personally I learned, so I have to say this here. Okay, because it's a very new product. When come to SharePoint here, right, this is an intranet site. So I will not go through this. To make it better, I will close this guy first. Okay, otherwise it will take long time for me to, my backend processor also will take. I am running on Windows 8 with Hyper-V. Okay, I will save this guy first, so that I will have better time to spend my browser. I don't know how many of you noticed, I'm running on Chrome. I am using SharePoint 2013. I'm not using IE anymore. Okay, which means it will work across the browser. Previously, there is an issue on SharePoint 2007 and 2013. Sorry, 2010. You can't use many of the functions using Firefox or Chrome. You have to go to IE only to use it. The basic is already taken off. No more limitation. You can use Chrome, you can use IE, you can use Firefox to do everything that you want to do. So that's one of the biggest changes happen here. Then second thing is, if you notice here on the top, I'm using Office 365. That's why you are seeing all these menus. If you use SharePoint on-premise, you will not see these menus. Okay, newsfeed still remain, SkyDrive still remain, the admin is not remain if you use out of the on-premise version. Okay, now if you hear, it's quite weird. There is no thing called log in as a different user. It's taken off, no more. Okay, previously you can go to the PC, you can log in as another person. Now no more. You have to kill the browser, re-log in. Okay, now that option is no longer available. Then the site action, we have a problem whether to display right or left. And also big. Now it's become one small icon, everything here site action. Okay, so this changes. Then you can look at here, right? This is a sync. Sync is something that you can put everything into one of the folder in your just normal folder. Then you need to go to SkyDrive, click the SkyDrive, it will install some software into your desktop. Whatever document you drop into that folder, you click sync here, it will sync to the Office 365 or your SharePoint locally. Okay, that's a new option that they come up with. Then they have a follow. Follow is something that if I like to follow this particular site, it will be appear on my personal page where I can follow this site. Okay, then I have share. Share something that this is one of the biggest challenge that we face. If I want to add a permission, I have to go to many places to click to add a permission. Now I don't need to. I just click one click. I can go here. I can say add permission here. So I can say when I type, I can able to get the person name. So if I type different person name, I will able to get different person name here. So I will able to get the person name immediately. Then I can assign the permission directly here. Okay. Then this is actually, they call it Metro UI. The moment they call Metro UI, Metro companies sue Microsoft already. So now they want to change called Tile. This no longer called Metro. Now it's very popular, right? Suing one company to another company. So now they want to do it. So now they are calling actually, it's no longer Metro UI. They are calling it as a Tile UI. So if you mouse over, you can see the messages and things are happening here. Then here, there's a new item, document library, right away here. If I want to upload a document, what you used to do, I have to go to click document, then click upload, then I need to upload. Now I don't need to worry. I just go to my folder here. There you go. Minimize it. Bring the file here. Drag these two guys here, does it? The box, it's uploading straight away to the browser. So I no longer click and click to go and upload. I drag and drop, it goes. So it's a two document upload added. Messages came, I can dismiss the message. So the two documents are already here. So So these two documents just now is uploaded. I want to see something for these documents. These three click ellipse actually help me to show something here. Lot of messages. See, I can able to see my document preview straight away. I no need to open a document. I no need to look things. I can see straight away my document here, whether I want to see more things or not. Then if I want to share this document with somebody, I can click share, then I can say share with movie, then I can say what are the show options, whether you want to edit, you can only view. You know, if I want to hide, you can also hide this information. Then send it. It just sends across taking the permission straight away. So now if I go back here, if I click, I can see who all of them I share this document. So I can able to quickly see my permission settings and everything without any other stuff. You know, previously I have to go to the document, click views and see properties and see whether the document is given, or I need to buy third-party tool to see this. Now it's all lifted. Then I can also follow this document, which means whenever the changes happen to this particular document will be posted on my newsfeed on my personal page. So I can able to see that there is a changes happen. You know, so then there are other features like if I want to view property, edit property, I don't need to click on the top this ribbon bar. You know, or I don't need to go to this one, click right click and see things. I can just click these three shutters, then I can go to follow, then I can see all this stuff here. Okay, that kind of more flexibilities are given, more easy to do it, you know. Now if you look at this top bar, right, there's something called popularity trend. So new icon which will tell you, say, what are the popular documents that is available within SharePoint, it displays. So these are the things. Then if you come to here, this news feed, something different from this. Very good. This is what I expected. So this is called preview site, okay? So so sometimes you see here, right, this news feed here are different from this news feed. Okay, this news feed is referring to your personal news feed. This news feed referring to the team news feed. If you have a team site, within the team that you want to discuss, within the team that you want to do something, it only private news feed within the team. Okay, this one is belongs to you. So there is a difference here. Then if you come to intranet, there is a new feature called notebook. This notebook actually a OneNote site. OneNote actually helping you to do OneNote within your team. You can sync with the SkyDrive, you can do many stuff. So you can create a to-do log, meeting notes and everything using OneNote. Then you can store it within your team site. These are new features that they introduced recently. Okay, now if you look at this, right, I can search information using this bar. I can also go to here. I can search information here itself. Okay, if I want to create a view here, I can create a new view. Okay, standard view quickly. You can go through the standard view quick. So I can switch a view here straight away. I no need to, go to view all panel and switch. I can create a number of view that I want to do it. Okay, so if I want to do something, search within this document only, this library only, I have to use this search panel. Okay, GST. I will get a search result only for this particular document library. Previously, there is no such a feature. Now they introduced within this document library. Okay. Then you can also search here. I will come back to search later. And now, if I want to create a new application, so now they call it application, right? It is no longer called list and libraries. Now it's become everything is application. So if you want to create application, click view site all content, then add an app, because these are applications. Okay, so add an app. So you can say that what app you want to do. You can create an application here. Okay, example, right? Let's say custom list. So there is a new custom list here. This comes already. So now what you want to do? You want to edit this list. You can straight away edit the list. If you want to add a new column, you can add a column here. For example, I have a title only. I want to add another column called, let's say for example, department. And I want to add another column called, I can also add a number of columns that I want to do it. More content type gives me the content type. So very quickly I can able to customize and create a thing, then I can data enter straight away here. Okay, example. Just another work. Sometimes it happens like that. So it saves. Okay, so you can quickly enter the data. You can quickly create a list. You don't need to do a number of clicks. That's an improvement they have made it in this particular list. So now you can also go to the apps and you can buy apps from the external source, SharePoint resources store. There are a number of apps available from the SharePoint resource. So there are applications available. If you are a developer, you can develop an application, you can put it on the store, then you can sell it, you can make money. Now this is the trend is going on. Now they are coming with the two app stores. One for SharePoint, another one is for Office. Okay, if you look at this one, excuse me. Insert apps from Office. So this is a new thing is going to come in. Sorry, yeah. You can buy application from App Store and you can do it here. Then another one is for the SharePoint, which they are coming. You can buy these apps and you can install into your environment. Then it will run. Okay. So tip of the day. I don't know what tip they are going to give me. So I can add it. Then I think I will not go with that now. It takes me somewhere. Okay. So I'll go back to my environment. So you can add up. You can do many stuff. Okay, buy apps from app stores. Okay, go back to the subject. Okay, now let's look at division, which is actually nothing but a team site. You can create a team site, you can interact with the team, and so on and so on. So the next thing is actually I want to cover another feature called community. Community is something that you want to do a community within your organization, then let's say for example ISO 2000, I mean 1 or ISO 9000 or some CMMI or recreation club, or you want to have a D&D, you want to have a community, then how do we set up a community site? Here is very quickly they come up with a new community site. Then you can have a example, right? I can have a group calendar. I can go to the group. If I want to add a person, I can add a persons here. Then I can add a resource. So I can add a n number of resources. Okay, add resources. I can add resources. I want a laptop. I want meeting room and laptop and projector and so on. So I can add all these resources from this time to this time. Okay, for example, here I can click very quickly. Click add. So it will not allow duplicate booking. It will not do many stuff. So you can check all the availability, busy time, and you can also check duplicate booking here. Okay, so this is one of the lagging feature in SharePoint 2010 and 2007. Now it is lifted. You can check duplicate. You can do many stuff. So you can set up everything very quickly, and you can have time. Actually, I set up all these resources from 3 to 5. That's why you can see the time here. Okay. Then you can set a circulation within your team, and you can have a phone call memo for your teams within your. It is all available by clicking view. The next one is actually another interesting feature is recently introduced. It's called discussion thread or discussion forum. So discussion forum, actually you can create a number of category of forums, like example SharePoint. So you can create a discussion forum. Each discussion forum you can have a reply. Okay, so people can come and reply and post the replies, and you can do stuff. Example, right? If somebody asking a question, this person come and respond. Okay, it's just like your normal forum. If you go to your forum, right, you can see all this, right? Make it as a feature or delete or report to moderator, email to friend, and you can also mark this as a best answer. Okay, all this is possible to do it. Okay, so those all is incorporated now. Not only stopping there, they also come up with a new way of doing it. Here, if you notice, reputation point setting. I can set up point system for people to go. Okay, if he created a post, give him 1 point. If he replayed the post, give him a 10 point. So I can able to set up a point for people to do it. So by doing this, very easy for them to promote and so on. So example, right? We can see how much of this they have done. Then I can say assign a badge to members. I can say that this person you rise to something else. I can modify. Okay, I can able to change the point and everything. I can assign a badge. Okay, so this is what we have done customization for our gamification for Single Intranet or Expresso. Now it's available out of the box in SharePoint 2013. People using SharePoint 2010, we have custom solution for this. We have developed our own solution to do this. But 2013 is available for you out of the box. So people can ask questions and so and so. If you go to the style, right, you see it tells you how many replay, how many discussions happened. Out front it can tell you those things. Okay, so when you go to threading, also here you have a summary, how many members you have, who is the top contributor and everything, all the information will appear here.